Yo, it's IDOLWILD here, and they got us with the Blockbuster program in Madden 18. If you guys don't remember the Blockbuster program from last year, if this is your first year, essentially this is kind of like another golden ticket round kind of. Last year they released Blockbuster players who were players at different positions like quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and they pretty much were golden tickets. They had 99s all over the place. They were some of the best cards in the game. And just to give you an example of what last year's Blockbuster players look like, here's to look at Xavier Rhodes, who was one of the Blockbuster corners. You can see he's 6'1", 210, that's good height. He has 99 speed, 99 man coverage, 99 zone coverage, 99 press. Pretty much there's nothing else that you could want on the corner. He has 96 jump. He can jump very well. His block shedding and run defense left a little bit more to be desired, but in general he was a very good coverage corner with a solid trait and plays ball in the air aggressive. So what I'm going to do today, at least in this video, is we're going to grade the 5 options that they gave us at cornerback to see which is the best ones that we should choose. Now, the way that they're doing the Blockbuster program this year is that they're giving everybody a string of solos. You're going to get a token from each solo, and we're going to be able to vote on which of the corners or whichever position it is that we want to be the Blockbuster player for this year. So for this year, our options are Chris Harris Jr., Janoris Jenkins, Josh Norman, Patrick Peterson, and Xavier Rhodes. Now, once you do your solos, you put your token into the set of that player, and that will count as your vote towards that player. So if you want Xavier Rhodes, you do the solo for the cornerbacks, get your token, and you vote for Xavier Rhodes. And what it seems like they're going to do is whoever gets the most votes is the one who's going to get the Blockbuster player for that position this year. So what I'm going to do in this video is go over the cornerbacks and go over who I think should be the Blockbuster players of this year. And the criteria I'm going to use is mainly I'm going to use height, ability to stop the run, and traits, because speed and jump and man coverage and zone coverage probably won't matter as much, because those are going to be close to or probably 99 for every single one of these cards unless he's known to be a super slow player. I'm not going to worry about the specific stats because those are probably going to be maxed out and they're going to be one of the best corners in the game. So let's start off by examining Chris Harris Jr.
Chris played it perfect.
Chris Harris Jr. has good coverage, and he makes the pick.
The defense needed a big play. He whipped his head around, intercepted the ball.
Look at the eyes, the concentration, the body control.
Now, if you take a look at Chris Harris Jr.'s card, this is his best card in this game. It's a 94 overall. He's only 5'10", which is a hit against him. His weight doesn't really matter that much. And you take a look at his stats. He has decent stats. He got 94 speed, 91 jump, 94 man and zone, which is pretty respectable. Where he shines at as a corner is at least he has 74 block shed. Now I know we have golden tickets with 90, 96 block shed, 99 block shed, but we're taking a look at these for this promo, and none of these corners are probably gonna have 99 block shed. So we have to take what we can get. He's one of the best corners out of this bunch in stopping the run, and he has pretty good traits. He has clutch, high motor. He has strips ball, which means he'll be able to strip the ball more often and on his own as a player. And he has plays ball in the air aggressive. So when it comes to coverage, stopping the run, and causing turnovers with the fumble, he's a pretty good player. The only part where he really lacks is his height. He's a short guy at 5'10", and that matters. Next up, we have Janoris Jenkins.
He shut guys down. I mean, you almost kind of took it for granted because you knew that if there's a bigger receiver, he was going to have a quiet game against Janoris.
Enjoy going up against Jenkins?
Absolutely, man. Jenkins is a great cornerback, highly competitive, and it was a great matchup today.
He's another guy, 5'10", nicknamed Jackrabbit. You take a look at his highest card here. We have the Mud Heroes version 2 card for him as a 96 overall. He's a little bit low on the jump, which is kind of worrisome because if they only bump up his jump by a couple of points, he'll probably be low 90s jump, which is kind of worrying because he's 5'10", but his man coverage and zone coverage are pretty high, which I expect all of these Blockbuster cards to be at the end. And his block shedding and run defense is pretty bad. 68 block shed, 68 hit power. He won't be that good against the run, especially since we got a lot of cheaper corners with better run defense. So if I was to pick one out of these two so far, Janoris Jenkins would probably be low on my list. right away. If we're thinking about it right now, he's short at 5'10", can't really stop the run that well. Every single one of these corners is going to be able to guard the pass. Let's take a look at his traits. Clutch, no. High motor, no. Big hitter, no. Strips ball, yes, which is pretty good. Plays ball in the air, balance. So as far as on the trait side, he's not the top dog in that. And I don't think any of these 5 corners have big hitter, yes, so I'm probably going to ignore that one for the next couple. So Janoris Jenkins looking like a no right now. Chris Harris Jr. is in the lead right now. Let's take a look at Josh Norman.
Who is the best player in the NFL at your position?
Myself.
The best DB I have faced would be Josh Norman.
Being the best corner in the league.
Now looking at Josh Norman's highest card, it's an NFL replay 96 overall card. He's 6 feet tall, which is very good. It's a solid height. I think the tallest corner may be Xavier Rhodes at 6'2", or actually never mind, Xavier 6'1". So taking a look at his stats, his speed is kind of low, but we're not worried about his speed and coverage skills because we know they're going to bump those up pretty high. His jumping is kind of worrisome, 89. If he gets to 95, 96 jump with the Blockbuster card, I wouldn't be that worried because he's 6 feet tall, which is solid. He has great run defense out of this set of corners at 75 block shed, 79 hit power. He's not going to cause a bunch of fumbles, but he's going to be able to get off not a bunch of blocks, but a decent amount of blocks on his own. And who knows if they may add physical front chemistry to be able to boost his block shed further. Let's take a look at his traits. He has clutch, yes. High motor, yes. Strips ball, yes. And plays ball in the air, aggressive. So that means he's going to have the high motor and clutch trait, which means in those clutch situations, he's going to perform a little bit better. It hasn't been tested, but that's what the trait means. He's going to be able to strip balls on his own. He's going to be pulling balls out of the ball carrier's hands, which is going to cause more turnovers. And the plays ball in the air aggressive means he's going to go for the ball and get more picks. Great corner, great position to pick up, or a player to pick up for the position. He has the height, he has the run defense, and he has the traits to make a good corner out of these Blockbuster corners. Next up, we have Patrick Peterson.
Am I mic today? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. The mic is clear.
Patrick Peterson is 6'1", tied with Xavier Rhodes for the tallest of this group, which is very good. We all know Patrick Peterson is a great cover corner with great stats, so we don't have to worry about his speed, jump, man coverage, his own coverage being up there because he's a great cover corner. His run defense is solid in that he has great hit power, but his block shed is lacking, 69 block shed. If they bump it up a couple of points, it's still to be low 70s, whereas Josh Norman or Chris Harris Jr. may get up to low 80s in the block shed, which is it was a big difference in between those two. Then you look at his traits: clutch, yes. High motor, yes. Strips ball, no. And plays ball in the air, aggressive. So he has some good traits, but not all of the ones you want. He has some good parts of his run defense and his hit power, but not the best block shed. So he would probably be ranked number 2 or 3. It'd be him and Chris Harris Jr. tied for 2 and 3, and Josh Homer's in the lead, and Janoris Jenkins in the end right now. So Xavier Rhodes.
So what I do is I don't give him room to push off.
What an absolutely spectacular battle today between Xavier Rhodes and Mike Evans.
Who was one of the corners from last year. 6'1", great height. He also has great speed and great man coverage and zone coverage, as we expect from a Blockbuster card of his if we get him. He already has a stock 96 jump, so he's probably going to be the best out of all of these corners, or tied with Patrick Peterson for the best jump ball receiver. His block shed and run defense is actually very good, 75 block shed and 80 hit power, which is tied for the best combo out of these right here. Great block shed right now at this point, and good hit power for a corner. Not going to cause him any fumbles, but he's going to be able to make a difference in the run game. Now look at his traits: clutch, no. High motor, yes. Strips ball, no. Plays ball in the air, aggressive. So it's kind of like he has half of the traits you want. So Xavier Rhodes will probably be number 2. After looking at all of these, the number 1 that I would vote for and who I think would be the best choice for a Blockbuster's card would be Josh Norman, honestly. He has the best combination of all of height, run defense, and traits. He has the best traits, tied with Chris Harris Jr. He's up there with the run defense and block share with Xavier Rhodes, and he has the height of Xavier Rhodes and Patrick Peterson enough to make a difference. That's why I'm going to choose Josh Norman. I think he's the best one out of this bunch. Let me know what you guys don't think in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys watching this video. See you guys around next time. Peace.